Hey, what is going on, guys? It's the SS Ultimate Goku back with another video to talk about the shocking news. Though, from my perspective, it wasn't very shocking because I actually thought Goldberg was going to win. But a lot of people didn't think Goldberg was going to win the Universal title. And that was really the only match that really interested me going into this showdown match in Saudi Arabia. Was this match because this was the only match that everyone really universally didn't were split on who was going to win and who was going to lose. I mean, pretty much everyone the entire card pretty much was very predictable. Um, yeah, maybe the trophy match wasn't as predictable, but at the same time, Undertaker versus AJ Styles was rumored to be the match at WrestleMania, so it's not surprising there that they did that. John Morrison versus The Miz doesn't surprise me. They won it, at all. Being the tag team they were, from years ago, that they were going to put them over. But I'm sure everyone knew Brock was going to win his match. So pretty much everything went the way I for sure thought it was going to go. Um, this is the one match where I think we can all agree that no one really knew who was going to win. And so my whole perspective going into this match was Goldberg was going to win. I've been actually telling my buddy for like months now, like I think since January, when we were at the Royal Rumble event that we did. We watched the Royal Rumble together. That it was going to be Goldberg versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania, and it pretty much is now confirmed to me that that's going to be the match with this result. So here's my thing on this. First, I want to get into the whole idea of Goldberg once again being the Universal Championship because I don't have an issue with him being the champion. Really, I really don't. But it goes back to a couple of years ago when they put him in the Hall of Fame. Yes, Goldberg is a WWE Hall of Famer, wrestling Hall of Famer, but I wouldn't have put him in the Hall of Fame if I had any idea of the potentiality of him still being a world championship contender in the ring. For example, The Rock, he's not in the Hall of Fame. He's obviously The Rock's going to eventually be in the WWE Hall of Fame. But right now, he's officially not because there's a potential ability that he could come back and win the title or wrestle again. Obviously Kurt Angle was put in the Hall of Fame. But he was never a championship contender when he came back. He was not going to contend for the title. He was going to wrestle a couple times here and there because he was the Raw GM, right? So he was never going to ever win the title again, any of the world titles. Goldberg is still a guy that WWE values as someone who can win the title. He still has the look Vince McMahon's looking at. He has the nostalgia appeal to him. He's still got a lot of fans, whether people want to admit it or not. And I'm sure, I'm almost definitely certain he's going to be in Boston tomorrow because of the way they hyped it up. At the end of the match where they said, "Oh, will he be in Boston?" Oh, you definitely bet he's going to be. So I'm almost certain Goldberg's going to be in Boston tomorrow for a Friday Night SmackDown. But at the same time, him being there is probably just going to set up the feud between him and Roman Reigns. That's probably what's going to set it up because if you think about it, his feud with Baron Corbin just ended. He beat Baron Corbin again, and now Baron Corbin is done. Like, he's no longer going to feud with Roman Reigns. So it makes perfect sense to line up with Goldberg getting challenged by Roman Reigns for WrestleMania. And I've been saying it. I've been telling like people like I never made a video about it because I just haven't been really covering wrestling on my channel lately. But I've been telling people that I know that this was going to be the match. And I personally think they should have went with Daniel Bryan. Daniel Bryan versus Roman versus Bray, which was actually one of the leaked matches that was going to happen at WrestleMania for the title. But that's obviously not happening. And maybe it's because of the leak. Maybe it's not. I'm not sure. But again, it doesn't surprise me. But I would say this. I would like to see Goldberg wrestle at WrestleMania in a match beside. Like, I would like him to wrestle at WrestleMania when it's not involving the title. Like, I mean, he didn't really wrestle. Like, I mean, I think the last time he wrestled at WrestleMania was the last time he was the Universal Champion, right? So, I mean, I would like to see him wrestle a little bit more, than just having to wrestle for have to have the Universal title, because, I mean, he's going to wrestle and defend the Universal title, and he's probably going to lose to Roman Reigns, and I'm almost certain he's going to lose to Roman Reigns. But I'd rather him do a little bit more of a, feud without the title here and there. I think it'd be really good for him to get some various feuds out there besides having the title. But obviously this is going to be a marquee match. I don't know if this is going to be the main event because you got Brock and Drew McIntyre for the WWE title. But this is definitely going to be a marquee match. A couple weeks ago, there was reports that saying that Goldberg wasn't going to be wrestling at WrestleMania. There's no way you're being put in a match this close to Mania, this close to Mania, and not have some type of match at WrestleMania. And now that he won the title, he's definitely going to be in WrestleMania. In terms of if Triple H, because now one of the reports last week was that Triple H wasn't going to be wrestling this year. I don't buy that. I think Triple H will have somebody. There's no way Triple H isn't wrestling this year. Might be a lower on the card, but he's definitely wrestling this year. I won't believe that until I see that. He has way too much interest in the company for me to not believe that he isn't wrestling at WrestleMania this year, WrestleMania 36 to be exact. So, yeah, guys, Goldberg winning, that's huge. I'm very happy for him. Again, he's still got a big fan base. Not sure if he's going to have a big fan base tomorrow, because I'm sure people are going to boo him since he won the title like they did last time. They're going to turn on him. I think that's stupid if they do. Especially once Roman Reigns comes out. If Roman Reigns comes out, let's say this, if Goldberg comes out on SmackDown and they start booing him, and then he does his promo, right? And then Roman Reigns walks out, and everyone starts booing him, right? And then they start cheering for Goldberg. I'm just gonna leave the room. I'm just gonna leave it, because it's just like, dude, you're only cheering for him now because you don't want Roman Reigns to win the title. Because that's what they're gonna do. That's what they did with Triple H. That's what everyone did with Triple H. When Triple H won, everyone was booing Triple H, right? Everyone was booing Triple H. But then when Roman Reigns was versing Triple H, even though Triple H was just bashing the fans and everything like that, fan appeal, unlike Brock Lesnar, a lot of people just want to boo Brock Lesnar all the time as a part-timer. Goldberg, it's the opposite. He still has fan appeal. But when he wins the title, then everyone turns on him. Now it's going to be Roman Reigns. So that's going to be really interesting. It's going to be and maybe that's what Vince is doing here. Maybe that's the idea, is to see if people will fully turn on Goldberg and cheer for Roman Reigns, or they'll just do what they did with Triple H and Roman Reigns years ago at WrestleMania, and they'll just go right back to Goldberg and start cheering for him again and boo Roman Reigns. Either way, depending on... And you know what? That's going to probably be the deciding factor on who goes on last between Drew and Brock and Goldberg and Roman. If people start cheering for Goldberg over Roman and people boo Roman, that match is probably going to not go on last. If people cheer Roman and they boo Goldberg, that match probably will go on last. Like, depending on, like, that's probably what they're going to do. Like, in the storyline, they're going to probably try to test to see where the crowd is in terms of the fan appeal. They're probably going to test the waters and decide which one's going to go on last based on the reaction between Goldberg and Roman throughout the month leading up to WrestleMania. That's probably what's going to happen. I guarantee that's what's going to happen. That's going to be the deciding factor. Because, honestly, they don't... I don't know if Vince really buys into Drew or not. I'm still surprised Drew won the Royal Rumble, especially since Braun Strowman deserves it more. Braun, busted his ass off, got the fans over himself. A strong muscle guy, and now he's like in the mid card for the Intercontinental title. He's the Intercontinental champion, but big deal. It's not a high key match, and I said that like 2 years ago? 2 years now? Or was it a year ago when he lost that Saudi Arabia match and everyone said, oh, he'll get his... I remember the comment section like it was yesterday. Oh, he'll get his chance again. He'll get his chance. Where's his chance now? Where's his chance? He still never got his chance again. Didn't win the Rumble that year against Seth, or Seth won it. Still hasn't gotten that Universal title match, and obviously won't this year. So once again, being bypassed for Roman Reigns, being bypassed by other people. That's my whole take on that. To the people that were telling me, oh, Braun will eventually get his chance. No, he never did. It's 2 years later. I said it takes one match to ruin somebody's career, and that ruined Braun Strowman's career. Like, yeah, he's the Intercontinental Champion. Big fucking deal. Excuse my French. Big freaking deal. Okay, he should have been the world champion by now. Okay, with the crowd that he had behind him. He had Daniel Bryan, like, cheers. Okay, like, no excuse. So yeah, Goldberg's winning. Goldberg did win. I think he'll be there tomorrow. I think the Fiend will be there tomorrow. I think they're gonna get there really quickly. I'm sure Goldberg has to take... I don't know if he's going to take the new pictures there or back at the arena or back at WWE headquarters, or he's just going to do it there. Because obviously the title is not the same as it was when he won it the first time. When he won it the first time, it was red because it was on Raw. Now the Universal title is on SmackDown, so now it's blue, as we all know. So he's going to have to retake pictures again. I'm sure they're just going to use the same nameplates he had before. That'll be the end of the story with that. Goldberg versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Who knows? Who knows how that match is going to be? It's going to be the Battle of the Spears. I wonder how many spears will be in the match in total. I don't know. That's a good observation to decide what's going to happen now in terms of who's going to wrestle or who's going to have the most spears. How many Superman punches is Roman going to get compared to the jackhammer? Because the thing is Roman Reigns' spear is supposed to be the finisher. Where Goldberg's, it's not the finisher. The jackhammer's the finisher. So there's going to be a lot of different psychology going into this match because the Superman punch is supposed to be the signature, and then the spear is the ender for Roman. But for Goldberg, the signature is the spear, and then the finisher is the jackhammer. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be a lot of, issues there, in terms of how they're going to psychologize this match. It's going to be a short match. Maybe 7 minutes if they're lucky. Depending on how Roman executes it with Goldberg. Because you don't want to overdo it like you did with The Undertaker last year. But Roman's much younger, so it might work better. I'm not sure, though. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think Goldberg's I mean, it's a long shot, but I don't think Goldberg's going to retain it at WrestleMania. I would love to see him beat Roman, don't get me wrong, but I mean, I just can't see it. I just can't see it happening. Tomorrow, I think The Fiend is going to confront John Cena, and I think he's going to be there too on SmackDown, like Goldberg will be, because John Cena is supposed to be making his return on SmackDown tomorrow, so it just makes sense for then The Fiend to start his feud with John Cena, who's rumored to be the one that he faces at WrestleMania. Undertaker and AJ's feud was started tonight. Goldberg's the champion. And, of course, Roman ended his feud with Baron Corbin, so that's going to lead to Goldberg versus Roman tomorrow when they confront each other, I think. That's how everything's lining up right now, basically. That's basically what everything is looking like right now. So let me know what you guys think. Comment, rate. If you like this video, my videos, please subscribe. I have a Discord server down in the description where you can chat about stuff like this. Also, if you are not a subscriber, hit subscribe. Also, hit the notification bell for all the latest content. And that's about it, guys. I am the SS Ultimate Goku. I'm out of here. Peace!